Life is not built on grand gestures or sudden breakthroughs. It is quietly shaped by the choices we make every single day, often without even realizing it. The small actions, the tiny decisions, the seemingly insignificant routines, they are the bricks and mortar of our future. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, do you scroll endlessly through social media, letting other people's lives dictate your mood and energy? Or do you take a moment to set an intention for your day, to choose how you will respond, to decide what kind of person you want to be? That one simple choice, deciding how you start your morning, can set the tone for everything that follows. Every habit you adopt, no matter how small, is a seed. Plant a seed of discipline, and it grows into the strength to tackle challenge. Plant a seed of gratitude, and it grows into joy and perspective that colors every interaction. Plant a seed of reading or learning, and it blossoms into wisdom that guides you for years. What many fail to understand is that these seeds do not sprout overnight. They grow slowly, almost imperceptibly, but over time, they accumulate. One day, you look back and the person you have become is the direct result of these tiny choices. Most people underestimate the power of the small. They wait for life to hand them opportunity, for luck to favor them, for someone else to give them permission to succeed. They think success is a destination far away, reachable only through a dramatic leap. But the truth Jim Rohn taught us is that life is not a single leap. It is a collection of small steps. When you commit to tiny improvements, reading 10 pages a day, walking for 15 minutes, saying thank you more often, drinking water instead of sugary drinks, making your bed every morning, you are not doing insignificant acts. You are creating momentum. You are setting a pattern of behavior that your mind, body, and spirit come to expect. These habits compound. One positive habit leads to another, just as one negative habit can quietly erode your life if left unchecked. Take your environment, for example. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, the conversations you engage in. These are all daily choices, often overlooked, yet they shape your mind and your character. Surround yourself with negativity, and your own thoughts will sink into despair and doubt. Surround yourself with growth-minded individuals, and your own aspirations will rise to meet theirs. Each habit of thought, each repeated action, each decision to invest in yourself or in others creates a trajectory. You may not see the results today or even next week, but over months and years, these choices crystallize into unmistakable change. Discipline, consistency, and awareness are the secret powers behind small habits. Discipline to do the little things when you don't feel like it, consistency to repeat them even when no one is watching, and awareness to recognize which habits elevate you and which drag you down. You might think skipping one workout or one productive hour doesn't matter, but habits are cumulative. Each missed opportunity is like a pebble thrown into a pond, creating ripples that move through your life. Likewise, each intentional action, each mindful choice generates positive ripples. Over time, these ripples transform your health, your career, your relationships, and your mindset. The remarkable thing is that once you start noticing the power of small habits, you no longer chase motivation because motivation becomes a byproduct. You create systems, routines, and rituals that sustain you through challenges, that make excellence inevitable, that guide you steadily toward your dreams. It all starts with awareness. Paying attention to what you do when no one is watching, noticing how small choices shape your energy and focus, and taking responsibility for your life rather than blaming circumstances or waiting for inspiration. Reading for 10 minutes a day may seem trivial, but over a year, it's thousands of pages of knowledge that elevate your thinking. Saving a few dollars every week may seem tiny, but over a decade, it becomes financial freedom. Saying kind words regularly may feel minor, but it builds relationships that open doors you never imagined. Life doesn't reward big actions alone. It rewards those who cultivate the discipline to make every day count in small, meaningful ways. Jim Rohn often reminded us that success is neither magical nor mysterious. It is predictable. Predictable because it is the product of predictable actions repeated consistently. And these actions are almost always small habits, small acts of discipline, small acts of kindness, small acts of learning, small acts of self-care. If you embrace this truth, you stop chasing shortcuts and start building foundations. You start understanding that transformation is not about doing something spectacular once in a while. It is about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, day in and day out, until the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Your life is the sum of your habits. The mornings you choose to rise with purpose, the minutes you dedicate to growth, the ways you treat yourself and others, all these tiny, consistent choices define the story of your life. You have the power to steer this story, to plant seeds that will bear fruit for years to come. Every habit, no matter how small, has the potential to change you forever. When you start believing in this, when you commit to paying attention to the small, when you embrace the power of compounding actions, you begin a journey of transformation that is unstoppable. Success is often misunderstood. People imagine it as a sudden event, a dramatic breakthrough, or an extraordinary stroke of luck that catapults them to greatness. The truth, as Jim Rohn so powerfully reminded us, is that success is not about luck, and it's not about waiting for some perfect opportunity to fall into your lap. Success is designed, shaped, and cultivated every day through the small habits that move you consistently in the direction of your goal. It is about structuring your day, your choices, and your mindset so that every action, no matter how small, becomes a step toward the life you envision. When you wake up, you are handed 24 hours, a blank canvas. How you spend that time, the small decisions you make within it, will determine whether you move closer to your dreams or drift further away. It is the deliberate, almost invisible actions that accumulate and ultimately define the course of your life. Think about it. When you make the conscious decision to spend time learning rather than idly scrolling, you are investing in knowledge that compounds over months and years. When you choose to nurture relationships rather than let them stagnate, you are building a network of support and opportunity that will serve you for a lifetime. When you prioritize health and energy, even in small ways like drinking water, taking a short walk, or eating mindfully, you are creating the foundation upon which all other achievements rest. Success is not an event. It is a collection of these carefully chosen actions, repeated consistently, until they create momentum that carries you forward effortlessly. The most powerful thing about designing your day around habits is that it removes reliance on motivation. Motivation is fleeting, unpredictable, and often unreliable. If you wait for motivation, you will rarely achieve the consistency required to transform your life. But habits are the engine that drives you even when motivation falters. When you cultivate small, positive routines, they begin to run automatically, creating a rhythm that sustains you through challenges and obstacles. This is the secret of those who achieve lasting success. They don't rely on inspiration. They rely on systems, on structure, on the invisible framework of daily habits that propel them toward their goals. Each tiny action, each repeated habit, becomes part of a chain reaction. One good decision leads to another. One positive habit strengthens another. One small improvement compounds into a life of extraordinary results. Consider the power of alignment. Your habits shape not only your actions, but also your environment, your mindset, and the people you attract. When you consistently engage in behaviors that reflect growth, discipline, and focus, you naturally gravitate toward individuals and opportunities that support those values. Conversely, when your habits are scattered, inconsistent, or passive, you attract chaos and frustration. Designing your day through intentional habits creates a life where progress becomes inevitable. You don't have to fight every battle consciously because the structure you've built carries you forward. It is the invisible force guiding you toward the person you are capable of becoming. Consistency is another vital element. Small habits only reveal their true power when repeated over time. Reading 10 pages of a book may seem minor today, but over a year, that's thousands of pages of accumulated knowledge. Exercising for 15 minutes daily may feel insignificant at first, but over months, it transforms your health, energy, and confidence. Saving a little money regularly may appear trivial, yet over time, it builds financial security and freedom. The key is not in the grandeur of the actions, but in their regularity, in the commitment to show up for yourself day after day. Success is predictable because these small, consistent efforts are predictable. The results may not be immediate, but they are inevitable for those who persist. It is also essential to recognize the power of reflection and adjustment. Designing your day is not about blindly following routines, but about being conscious of what works and what does not. Small habits become a feedback loop. They teach you, shape you, and guide you toward better choices. They help you identify patterns, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and cultivate a mindset that is flexible yet focused. Each habit becomes a building block of mastery, a way to engineer your life with intention rather than drift through it without control. Finally, the beauty of designing your day through small habits is that it transforms challenges into opportunity. When adversity strikes, the discipline, focus, and consistency you have built into your life act as a stabilizing force. You are no longer a passenger waiting for luck. You are the pilot of your own destiny. The habits you cultivate carry you through uncertainty, guide you through complexity, and keep you aligned with your goals, even when external circumstances are unpredictable. This is the essence of sustainable success. Not a single leap forward, but the intelligent daily construction of a life that moves steadily and powerfully toward its highest potential. Success is not a lottery, and it is not magic. It is deliberate, measurable, and achievable through the design of your daily habits. Each decision, no matter how small, is a brushstroke painting the masterpiece of your life. Every routine repeated consistently is a step on the path toward your dreams. The way you spend your day, the choices you make, and the small habits you embrace are the tools that will carry you far beyond what you currently imagine. Every habit you embrace, no matter how insignificant it may seem, sends ripples through every aspect of your life, shaping your mind, your body, and your relationships in ways you might not immediately recognize. Most people overlook the subtle power of their daily routines because they focus only on dramatic outcomes, expecting transformation to arrive in big, flashy moments. Yet the truth Jim Rohn emphasized is that transformation is built quietly, invisibly, in the repeated intentional choices that define each day. Every time you choose to read, exercise, speak kindly, or dedicate even a small portion of your time to self-improvement, you are reinforcing patterns that accumulate into profound results over months and years. It is in these small, consistent actions that life-changing progress is born. Your energy, focus, and mindset are direct reflections of the habits you cultivate. Consider how a morning routine sets the tone for the entire day. The choice to wake up early, hydrate, move your body, or spend a few moments in reflection or planning might seem trivial in isolation. Yet it establishes a momentum that influences every decision that follows. One positive habit triggers another. A clear mind leads to better decisions. A stronger body fuels more productive actions. And an intentional approach to the day enhances your relationships and interactions. It's a chain reaction. The beauty of it is that compounds. The more consistent you are with these small habits, the stronger the ripple effect becomes, creating an invisible force that guides you toward success without requiring constant effort or external motivation. Relationships, too, are profoundly shaped by the habits you practice. Listening attentively, offering encouragement, expressing gratitude, and showing up consistently. These are small acts, yet their impact is extraordinary. They build trust, strengthen bonds, and create an environment where collaboration and opportunity flourish. Just as neglecting your health or education can slowly erode your potential, neglecting the habits that nurture relationships can silently weaken your support system and limit your opportunities. When you adopt habits that elevate the people around you, you create an ecosystem of growth that amplifies your own development, opening doors and creating possibilities you might never have anticipated. The mind is a powerful instrument, and small habits are the notes that compose the symphony of your thoughts. If you consistently feed your mind with positive ideas, knowledge, and solutions rather than distractions and negativity, you shape the lens through which you perceive the world. This lens determines how you approach problems, how resilient you are in the face of setbacks, and how creatively you pursue solutions. Habits such as reading, journaling, reflecting, or learning a new skill may seem minor in the moment, but over time, they transform your intellect and character, equipping you with the clarity and wisdom necessary to navigate life with confidence and purpose. Physical health is another area where the power of small habits becomes undeniable. Drinking enough water, moving your body, sleeping sufficiently, and nourishing yourself intentionally may appear inconsequential daily, yet over months and years, they build a body that can sustain your ambitions. Energy levels, mental clarity, and emotional stability are all products of these tiny repeated actions. Ignoring them may not produce immediate consequences, but eventually the cost becomes apparent. Conversely, adopting small, positive habits ensures you have the stamina, focus, and resilience to pursue your goals relentlessly and consistently. Consistency, discipline, and awareness are the engines that drive the transformative power of small habits. Discipline keeps you committed even when enthusiasm fades. Consistency ensures that the cumulative effect of your actions produces measurable results. Awareness allows you to recognize which habits serve your growth and which hold you back, enabling you to refine and optimize your daily choices. Jim Rohn's teachings remind us that it is rarely the dramatic actions that determine success. It is the persistent, intentional repetition of small, constructive habits that shapes a life of achievement and fulfillment. The ripple effect of your habits extends far beyond personal achievement. It influences every interaction, every opportunity, and every decision you make. Each choice creates momentum, building the foundation for future success. One good habit leads to another. One positive action inspires further progress. And over time, the cumulative impact of these habits becomes undeniable. You may not notice the change immediately, but gradually you become a different person, a person with greater clarity, confidence, energy, and purpose. Ultimately, the habits you cultivate determine the trajectory of your life. Choosing to focus on small daily improvements, even when they seem insignificant, sets the stage for extraordinary transformation. These habits are the invisible architects of your future, shaping the kind of person you become and the life you experience. They are not shortcuts, and they are not instant fixes, but their power is undeniable. By embracing the ripple effect of small habits, you unlock the potential to elevate your mind, your body, your relationships, and your opportunities, creating a life that moves consistently and powerfully toward your highest aspirations. Every decision, every habit, every moment of attention invested in yourself compounds into a momentum that is unstoppable. Remember, the life you dream of is not built in a day. It is built in the moments you choose wisely, in the habits you embrace consistently, and in the small actions that compound silently but powerfully. You have the power to shape your destiny with your daily choices. Every decision, no matter how small, is a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. Every habit you cultivate is an investment in your future self, a seed that will blossom into success, confidence, and fulfillment. Don't wait for motivation to find you. Your discipline, your routines, and your commitment to growth. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, even with the tiniest steps, because the momentum you build today will carry you to heights you never imagined. Surround yourself with what elevates you. Feed your mind with what empowers you, and treat your body and relationships with the respect they deserve. These small, consistent actions are the invisible hands that will guide you to your dreams. Success, happiness, and fulfillment are not coincidences. They are the inevitable result of the habits you practice daily. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you respond, by the choices you make when no one is watching, by the small victories you achieve consistently. The journey to greatness is not about grand gestures, but about the persistent pursuit of betterment, the steady, unwavering dedication to becoming the best version of yourself. So I challenge you, start today. Take one small step, form one positive habit, and let it ripple through every area of your life. Read that page, wake up 15 minutes earlier, express gratitude, move your body, invest in learning, nurture a relationship. Do the things that seem small because they are the things that change everything. Your future is waiting, but it will only arrive through your choices, your habits, and your commitment to growth. The life you want, the person you dream of becoming, the success you seek, they are all within your grasp. Start small, stay consistent, and never underestimate the power of tiny habits repeated faithfully. Because when you do, you will not only change your life, you will transform it forever.